Hey guys, how you doing? Let's check. Okay, I think this sounds okay. Just give me a thumbs up or whatever if this sounds okay for you. Welcome guys. I am not in my proper attire by any means. This is like a very cash look that people don't often see. This is not what I publicly often am seen in, but I am babysitting my niece for like a few days and stuff this week, whatever. And so I'm just like auntie babysitter status right now. In my hoodie, upstate status. This is some upstate aesthetics. But anyway, so but Mila, she's in her bedroom playing. So I think we have a normal alchemy stream today. Yeah, so today we will finally get through the distillation. Hopefully we get through the distillation. Let's see what we have for today. Okay, let's start at the top. By the way, guys, if you want to support the stream, you can always do that. This is kind of what I'm doing right now. You can always help me out by contributing to this. I think this kind of content is important because not only is it about bitching and complaining about the left and all sorts of stuff that we don't like, but we should also promote stuff and encourage education and things that we do like and that we do want to replace the culture with. So for me, that would be etiquette, art history, literature, alchemy, like all these things I think are positive things to create content about. So if you like that and you want to support me doing that, you can always contribute by going to the link over here, streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. That really helps. You can help contribute to my goal this week. This is what I'm trying to do. It's what I'm trying to hit. I'm only at 38.75% today, right now. But anyway, we're going through distillation. So we are going through this book by Mark Stavish. What is it called? It's the, oh God, let me just put that phone there so you don't hear that buzz. But let's see. Yeah, it's Mark Stavish. Path. I think it's called Path of Alchemy or Path. Yeah, Path of Alchemy. Yes. The Path of Alchemy. Energetic healing and the world of natural magic, pathways to enlightenment. So it's a really good book. It's a modern book on outer alchemy, and we talk about what the outer alchemy and the inner alchemy difference is. We also do inner alchemy stream, and this is outer alchemy, so the chemistry kind of stuff. And yeah, so we've been going over that stuff, and we are at the point of discussing distillation. What is it? What did Jay say? Also, just a reminder, post a link to your tweets of your streams when you go live next time in the Discord. People can retweet it, boost your engagement. Oh, good idea. Good idea. Cool, cool, cool. See, I don't know these things. I don't know these things. Okay. Okay, this is where we are at. This is where we are at. Let's shrink this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. There you go. Okay, so yeah, we've been going through some of this stuff. Check out the other streams. They're all labeled accordingly, but this is chapter 4 and it's about distillation. So the chapter overview is what is distillation? Distillation of red wine and separating sulfur from mercury in a tincture. Now, remember, this is not literal mercury and sulfur. Go back to our other discussions on alchemy, and you can understand the 3 basic principles: the Holy Trinity, the triad, this triangle of the tri, and sulfur, mercury. And what was it? The other one was the alcohol? No. Sulfur, mercury, and the quintessence, like the essence, yeah, the ether. But anyway, so separating, it's all about separating, combining, separate, combine, solvent, coagula. So the methods previously outlined for creating a plant stone, we went over plant stone last time. A plant stone will be useful for situations in which time or tools are limited, as well as providing a quick introduction to the operations of alchemy. However, alchemy is like all areas of meaningful study. The more time, energy, and attention you put into it, the more you will get out of it. And that's pretty valid with a lot of stuff. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. Definitely with alchemy. It's something that kind of has that, but like exponentially. You get more out of it exponentially. So the more you put into it. So what we get out of alchemy are the means to heal ourselves and others and assist in the reintegration of nature into our daily lives. Each of us must decide how important that is to us and act accordingly. To better understand the alchemical maxim solve et coagula, separate and combine, it is important to undertake the process of distillation. So yeah, the important thing about to understand solvent coagula, separate and combine, is this. That's a really important factor with distillation. So understanding distillation. So distillation is the heating of liquids or solids. So put a heat source to a liquid or solid, condensing the vapor given off. So then add heat to that liquid, say water. So you add heat to the water, it evaporates, right? Turns into vapor. Trap that vapor, cool it back down. So you added fire before to make it a vapor, then you cool it down and it turns back into water, but this time it's distilled, it's cleaner on one side and all the residue is left on the other side. That's what distillation is. So condensing the vapor given off, then cooling it, the liquid retrieved so that it is purified. In spandric operations, our primary use for distillation is 1, to create highly pure alcohol from red wine for use as a menstruum for the creation of herbal tinctures, and 2, to separate the principal components of a tincture or the mercury from the sulfur. Distillation of herbal products is done at a very low temperature and can be carried out with a few simple tools. Laboratory glassware to perform a simple distillation can be obtained easily and inexpensively and speeds up the process by making it more efficient. Otherwise, the procedure described here is the same, as it is based on the same principles. Liquid is heated, the steam or vapor let off is collected and cooled, and the liquid is retrieved. In alchemy, the process of separating and recombining allows for a liquid pulled from a tincture to grow stronger, more pure, with each successive round of distillation. So if you have a tincture, we're working on a tincture. This is what we did in the previous chapters, right? We, found the right herbs that we want to use to make this like elixir, and we put it into the alcohol, and we like do all this stuff, and we make like the plant stones, and the plant stone is separate, but anyway, like you take the tincture that you created and you worked on, you put your energy into, and it has medicinal healing properties to it. How do you make it stronger? You distill it. So every single time you distill it, you are concentrating it and making it stronger and stronger and stronger. So that is really important for alchemy and this process that we're doing. Anyway, so with each successive round of distillation, it gets more pure and stronger and stronger. As the alcohol is pulled from the wine, the process allows the alcohol to be used as a menstruum without bringing in the additional components that make wine. For mercury that is pulled from a tincture and remixed with the sulfur, the mercury is able to make the sulfur or essential oils, fats, and so on of the plant more subtle and penetrating in its operations. Okay, so they're kind of talking in code here. Let's figure out what these three things. We need to like memorize this. We need to remember what these three things are. So there's mercury, sulfur, and salt. That's what it is. And salt, alchemy. So I think salt is the plant matter. They talk in these really weird ways. This was in the book. Oh no, I need to go on Bing. I hate this thing. So this is kind of an important thing, the premateria. The salt, mercury, sulfur. Oh wait, no, that's not really explaining what it is. Here we go. So there's sulfur. Sulfur is the soul, the consciousness, it's the oil. And then you have mercury, which is the spirit, the mind, and the alcohol. And then you have the salt, which is the body, the structured thought, the alkaline salt. Okay, so these are the kinds of like associations when they say mercury or sulfur. You have to understand there is the inner alchemies. So when they talk about sulfur, everything can be related inner alchemy and to outer alchemy. So it can relate to the soul or consciousness, or it can relate to the essential oil of a mineral. And then when they talk about mercury, they're talking about the spirit or the mind or the physical alcohol in these tincture. When they talk about the salt, talking about the body, the physical body of the plant matter, our physical body. They're talking about theoretically structured thought and the alkaline salt. So that's what they mean when we talk about mercury and salt. Have to memorize what these associations are. Milo, what do you want? I'm working on something. You're not coming in until later. Okay? Go play games and I'll call you when it's time to shout out and read super chats. Okay?
Okay.
Out of here.
I need to video more often.
I know.
No one cares about history.
No one cares about history.
Or not.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, yeah, sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm just trying to get through the lecture, guys. Renaissance Man asked if I believe in God. Of course, this is all about God. You cannot do alchemy without believing in God. It just doesn't work. How do you believe in a soul and quintessence and spirit and divine light without a God? So, yes, Mila's locked. Trying to lock Mila in her room. That's true, nation state. Okay, great. Let's get back to it. Okay, red wine and alchemy. Alcohol is created by the fermentation or decomposition of plant matter. As it decays, chemical reactions occur that transform the water released into alcohol. Each type of alcohol made in this fashion, either commercially or by nature, will have an odor and flavor distinct from the signature or the plant or plants that it is derived from. This signature, in some ways, acts as a minor homeopathic tincture to the herbal or spagyric product being created. It is impossible to completely eradicate this organic mark, and some alchemists see this as an impurity in their work. These alchemists claim that the only true spagyric product is one that is fermented in its own alcohol, thereby creating its own mercury with its own unique signature, and it's completely pure is completely pure in its part. A tincture like this is made in the same fashion that wine or beer is brewed. While this is open to debate, both products created by fermentation and the addition of alcohol from an outside source produce strange and wonderful effects. However, one thing that is strongly encouraged is that each alchemist create his or her own philosophic mercury for use in spagyric products throughout the distillation of alcohol from red wine. Okay, so again, what is the mercury? So they encourage us to create our own philosophic mercury. Oh, I hate this Kindle, the way it... Okay, so mercury. So yeah, so the spirit and the mind. Spirit, mind. So what is it saying? They encourage each alchemist to create his own philosophic mercury for use in spagyric and natural magic. Okay, the quality of the wine is unimportant. It only needs to have a high enough alcohol yield to be worth the effort. Wine averages between 8 and 12% alcohol by volume. This means that with an average alcohol volume of 10%, a gallon of red wine will yield approximately 6.4 ounces of alcohol. Fortunately, the cheaper wines, often sold in gallon bottles, have a higher alcohol yield, averaging 12% and even approaching 20%. This means that with the red wine, slightly over 12.5 ounces of alcohol can be recovered. Okay, so all that math with the alcohol percentage and whatever probably makes more sense to people that really understand alcohol. I don't understand alcohol that much, so I don't know if they were talking about, I don't know, THC or something, I'd probably understand it a little bit better, but yeah. Trying to yield some good alcohol content, that's all. It is important to note that the wine must be made exclusively from red grapes and must not be fruit or wine. It is important that the wine must be made exclusively from red grapes and must not be a fruit wine or have other flavoring additives. Red wine is exceptionally useful because it is a signature because of its signature rather than in spite of it. Wine is made from pressing and fermenting whole red grapes. It is well known that red fruits are exceedingly beneficial to the body and high in antioxidants. That's true. Substances that prevent free radicals from going about their business, which in humans is facilitating the aging process. The skin of red grapes contains the highest yield of antioxidants. For this reason, drinking red grape juice is as beneficial as drinking red wine. Red grapes are considered solar in nature or having a powerful relationship to the sun because they take in the sun's energy, and they have the ability to convey its life-giving energies more directly than a non-solar plant. The symbolic relationship between red wine and the energies of life is well known in rituals, particularly that of Christian Mass. Okay? See, there you go. Alchemists who spend the time preparing their own plant mercury from red wine will benefit greatly and will see the subtle difference in their finished products. Wow, how exciting. Let's make our own red wine alcohol. Okay. let's keep it going, I guess. I mean, this is quite exciting. Okay, I've actually, when I read this book like 10 years ago, it was about 10 years ago, I think more than that, maybe 11 or 12, when I first got this book. And I was living in Poughkeepsie, New York, and I did do this distillation process in my apartment. Sorry, I just heard a noise outside. It scared me. So yeah, I did this distillation process in my apartment like over 10 years ago with some quite random objects, to be fair. It was kind of funny. Thinking about it, actually, probably some could have thought I was like doing a meth lab operation, but it was not. I actually worked at the math lab and was an alchemist at home. Oh my god. But yeah, I did it. It was so fantastic. I think I can probably retrieve some pictures from it and stuff. But it was a really interesting process. Like, I took the water, tap water, I distilled it, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, the water, after I distilled it, it tasted like I drank it, and it tasted like nothing. And that was amazing. I was like, this is what water is supposed to taste like. Because I hate tap water. I think it tastes gross. I have to put like lemon juice in it or something. And, but when I drank the distilled water I made, I was like, oh my god, my body just absorbed it. It tastes really good. I'm not just saying that. I would totally be like, oh, this is bullshit. I would totally be like, this is bullshit. Oh my god. But no, it tasted good. And then what was left over on the other side that was like being burned away, or it was staying there, was a bunch of like sulfur and like dark crap, and it smelled really nasty. So I don't know. I did it, and it was quite interesting. I think you guys should do it too. Like they say, you can use household products. I swear to God, I used like a Voss bottle, and then I had some sort of like tubing thing, and then you just like put ice on it, like cooler kind of thing. It was really simple. It's really easy. Like literally a Voss bottle. Anyway, so distilling from... Oh, we have Chris in here. Hello. He says, volume is perfect on my end. Great stream, Martina. Distillation, the sixth step of alchemy, is imperative to shedding habits that have never served us. Oh, that's so great. Yes. That's definitely what the symbolism of distillation is. I think, what is it? Is it sublimation is one of the steps or something? Yeah, we can look at it. Let's see. Distillation, alchemy, steps. How about let's look at sublimation. I think it's sublimation. Yeah, like this one. This picture. Where's the picture? Or is it dissolution? Maybe it's yeah, it's dissolution. That's what it is. Dissolution is a term that means to be incorporated into a liquid solution. This is the stage in alchemy where water is added to whatever is left of the calcinated substance. The first step in its revival and transformation. The addition of water is to determine exactly what remains of the burned substance. Psychologically, this would represent someone absorbing into something much bigger than themselves in order to determine their worth. The easiest example of dissolution is one's life is a functioning member of the military. No, I don't think it's that one. That one sounds like, remember when we made the plant stone, when they like calcified the ash, and then you added like, they were like sublimating it. What did they call it? There's a word for it. When they were like filling it back up with water, and then you kept doing that over and over again too. I don't know. Oh, fermentation. Oh, distillation. Oh my god, you think it's distillation maybe? Oh my god. Yeah, here we go. So distillation, a second and final form of calcination. It is the boiling and condensation of a substance to extract its essence. There we go. The substance has been burned, dissolved, isolated, resolved, fermented, and now the fermented substance is distilled to achieve maximum purity. That's right. Look at this really cool picture. I want it. Oop, shit, what did I do? Distillation. I really want this picture. I'm saving it. It's so tiny. That's cool. This represents the final slaying of the ego, or the forces that were producing the ego to behave erratically, the ultimate purification period. So, yeah, that makes sense. It's the final stage of letting go of these things, this negretto, the, like getting rid of the impurities, because that's what distillation is. You're purifying a substance. Ask moonshiners about distillation, Martina. That's right. Alchemy and alcohol kind of go hand in hand. This is a great page, actually. I'm going to keep this bookmarked. It looks pretty good. Okay. What do we have here? Distilling alcohol from red wine. Okay, so equipment needed for a simple distillation: a large flask, 500 milliliters or larger. A receiving flask, no less than 250 milliliters, preferably 500 milliliters. Okay, so if you can see the figure to the right of the screen, I do believe this is what we're dealing with. Large flask, 500 milliliters or larger. Okay, yeah, it's number 1. It's that first flask there. That's the one we're starting. And you see in alchemy, they have symbols for the elements. Elemental symbols. And this is what we went over in the inner alchemy streams. Go ahead and find those. But yeah, each of these, there we go. Each of these in alchemy has a symbol: the earth, water, air, fire. So you'll notice the fire symbol is this triangle, right? So when you go over to the page, look at number 8. It says heat source, and look at it. It's a triangle. So isn't that cute? They made the triangle. The heat source is literally the symbol for fire. That's cool. Receiving flask. So the receiving flask is number 5. That's on the other end. So again, flask number 1, this big one, which is holding the liquid, and it's contained. Oops, shit. I hate this Kindle. This is so annoying. Like, I can't touch the screen at all. Okay, so figure number 1 is the large flask that we're starting with. The fire underneath it, number 8. What's 7 here? It's a screen or a sand bath, asbestos screen or a sand bath. Okay. 2 is a rubber or wax cork stopper, because you want to contain it so you can control all the steam. And then, so number 3 is a glass or rubber tube condenser. So you have this like tube, and it's taking all the steam. And then it's going into number 4, a cold water container. So then it's a container that cools it again after it was heated. And when that finally cools and goes through the rubber condenser or glass. I would prefer glass. I think rubber and plastic is probably bad. It goes into the receiving flask. So, yeah, that's how it works. How to distill. Distillation is a very simple and easy process. It is, however, time-consuming, depending on the volume of fluid you are working with. To assist in your understanding of the process involved, keep the diagram of the distillation setup in front of you as you read these instructions, and take the time to copy it into your notebook. Safety precautions. Remember, safety first. Make sure your work area is stable and will not be disturbed while in use. Alcohol burns at a low temperature and is easily extinguished by smothering with baking soda or a large wet towel. Keep one or both of these handy in case of an accident, and above all, don't panic. Every alchemist has at least one explosion at some point in his or her laboratory career, and you will most likely have one as well. Well, okay. Every alchemist gets an explosion. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Chris. Yeah, thank you for the 7 steps. I don't know why they said refrain from posting links. I don't think you did post a link, but let me share what you shared there, Chris. Thank you. That was awesome. Out of the Woods, we did do the elements. Oh my god, like a few streams worth of talking about the elements in alchemy. So yeah, go check out some of that. This is the outer alchemy stream. So we're going to be talking about the outer alchemy stuff, like chemistry and the physical stuff, making elixirs and things. But then there's like another day that we talk about inner alchemy and all the spiritual aspects associated to that stuff. So, okay, what else do we have here? Do not leave your distillation unattended when it is running. Work alone. Make sure your space is free from animals, children, and prying eyes, and turn off other disturbances such as telephones and pagers. Pagers! Oh my god. The technique. Okay, first thing first is read all the directions several times prior to undertaking the experiment. Be sure that you clearly understand each step, and remember, safety first. So number 2, fill a large flask about 1/3 of the way with several ounces of red wine. You may want to measure the amount of wine first so that you can get a rough estimate of how much will be distilled off as the process begins. Oh my god, I want to do this right now. Connect both ends of the rubber tubing to the small pieces of glass tubing. Insert both ends of the tubing into the rubber or cork stopper. These stoppers may have holes already drilled in them, or you may have to make the holes yourself with a hand drill. Stopper the large flask containing the red wine. Stopper the receiving flask. Place an asbestos screen on your gas range and put your large flask on top of it. If you do not have an asbestos screen, you can use a small Pyrex or terracotta plate filled with clean sand instead. And you want to do that because it helps like not overheat. I think it has like the temperature at a steady rate. After repeated use, the terracotta will weaken and break, so watch for cracks. The sand absorbs and distributes the heat, there you go, so that the flask does not take a direct flame. It also allows for an even distribution of a gentler heat across the bottom surface of the liquid. Place your receiving flask in a secure position opposite the large flask and immerse the rubber tubing in the water basin. The water should be cold or at least cool. You can add ice if needed, and non-melting ice packs can also be used. Turn the heat beneath your large flask on. After several minutes, you will see a white vapor in the upper part of the flask. If the liquid should start to form small bubbles on the surface, it has begun to boil, and the heat must be turned back immediately. So they're telling you not to boil the alcohol, but just like you want it to start steaming, creating vapor, but don't boil it. Check your receiving flask to see if any distillate has been collected. If you do not see any drops of liquid falling into it, shake it gently and see if any have been collected, as they can be so clear that they may be initially missed until sufficient volume is built up. Continue this until you have collected let's see what we have here. What's going on? Oh, we have a new subscriber. Thanks, Luke. Hey, what's up? So let me see. Continue this until you have collected an amount of fluid slightly less than you have estimated as the amount you expected to recoup. Alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water, thus the surface of the liquid should not be allowed to boil, as this means water is going over with the alcohol. Oh, you get that? So alcohol evaporates at a lower rate than water. So if you keep it under a boil, then you're just sending the alcohol over. And if you're boiling it, then you're sending water over with it as well as the alcohol. We're just looking for the alcohol. So, got it. Makes sense. After you have collected your alcohol, allow your equipment to cool, clean it with strong soap and water, and let it dry. Repeat this operation until you have 4 to 8 ounces or enough alcohol to make a tincture. Once you have collected your alcohol, place it in a large flask and purify it by distilling it 6 more times for a total of 7 distillations. So you want to do it 7 times. It's intense. It's pretty intense. Crazy. Let me see how you guys are doing here. I've done it with ice water, unsuccessful. Really? I've done it with ice water. I do believe it was an ice bath, and I successfully distilled water. It was amazing. It was so fun. Am I trying to make moonshine? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, alchemy, moonshiners, it's all the same shit. Okay, so we have removing the remaining. Oh my god, I might take a break. Where are we at? We're 44 minutes in. All right, I won't break yet. But guys, where is everyone? Where is everyone? Everyone's supposed to be coronavirus in, unlike not. Everyone's supposed to be home, so where is everyone? And there's no super chats yet or Streamlabs yet. Guys, help me out. If you want to help me out, please, please, please help me out. I really need it. You can go to streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV, and I'll continue talking about distillation. Okay, my hair is a mess. Okay, removing the remaining water. Okay. Remember that whole bringing water across if you boil it at all. It is impossible to make absolutely pure alcohol using this method. While the product will be very pure, possibly 90%, 180 proof, or better, there is an additional operation that you will undertake to decrease the amount of water mixed with the alcohol, thereby sharpening it. And yeah, someone said, are we making moonshine? Like this is a process of moonshine or whatever, blah, blah. Possibly. And again, they also say in the beginning when we went over this book about checking your state laws, because what I am telling you about could possibly be legal in your state. So just check the laws. And if you intend on actually doing this, you know, whatever. It sounds really fun though. I kind of want to do it. If I do it, I'll stream it. So anyway, so to sharpen your alcohol and get more of the water out of it, place your alcohol in a jar or flask that can be tightly sealed. Grind several grams of potassium carbonate and place it in a cookie sheet or a pie tin in the oven for several minutes to dry out. Once it is dry, open the vessel containing your alcohol and quickly pour it in using a funnel. Avoid making contact with the powder or breathing it in, as it is caustic. Seal the vessel tightly and let it sit overnight. Distill off the alcohol. All right. The process of repeated distillation is critical in the making of... Ooh, oh my god. Oh my god, what happened? Why does it change the way that the pages are formatted every once in a while? See, I could have had it formatted this way so that I can read the technique and you guys can see the picture at the same time. But now... Oh god, why does this happen? Okay. Where am I? Now where am I? Removing the remaining water. Okay. The process of repeated distillation is critical in the making of alcohol used in Spadric products. As the vapor rises, it is highly susceptible to psychic influence and is highly charged by the environment, the attitude of the alchemist, and the astral influences of the planetary hours. Repeated separation and recombination creates a menstruum that is very sharp or acute, that is capable of penetrating the herb and extracting its sulfur. The benefits derived from this additional work will only be obvious to an experienced alchemist, someone who has realized the healing and spiritualizing value of the simple experiments given earlier and seeks to enhance them. The process of distillation works the same regardless of which tools you choose to use. The laboratory glassware listed below will make the process easier and faster, but will not alter the process. This brings up an important point. When examining old alchemical manuscripts and engravings, seek to understand the function of the tools, and then you will understand the process. In distillation, the function of a rubber tube or glass fractionating column is the same. Okay. To provide a surface for vapor to come into contact with a cooling agent, water or ice, so that it can condense into liquid. Prior to the widespread use of distillation equipment or in the absence of running water, alchemists used a device known as a retort. A retort is a round bottom flask that has an opening in the top, which is closed with a glass stopper when in use, and has a long glass tube or neck running off the top at a downward angle. The length of the attached glass tube acts as the same manner as the rubber tubing or cooling column. Only instead of water, air temperature is used, which produces a slower cooling cycle. Okay, so... All right. So we have the large flask, the 500 ml. This is the same. This is a distillation process, but it's different. This is called a distillation train. So yeah, there's the heat source, that triangle, number 1. Number 2 is that fractionating flask. So it has that. And then 3, that's the fractionating column, which connects that thermometer at the top. And the cooling water intake, number 5. And number 6 is the... So number 3, the column is connecting the condenser, which has a cooling water intake. And that's the condenser. And then number 7, that little hole there is a cooling water outflow. Number 8 is the receiver adapter. Number 9, receptacle or receiver. That flask. And number 10, the distillate. So that's what's left over. Okay, that's interesting. So what did they say there? It's slower. It's a slower cooling cycle, but this is something where when people didn't have just ice on hand and tap water, this, if you'll see in alchemical text, which I have seen real ancient alchemical text in real life not that long ago. It's so exciting. Yeah, you'll see just in, for example, maybe this picture, things like this. So they have weird different kind of flasks and tools that are different because they didn't have tap water and things. Kind of changed today. Azure Hydra said, you want to talk distillation? I'm your guy. But I'm working, so good luck. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Let me see, what do we have going on here? Sorry. Just checking things. Checking on you. Okay. So, you can obtain the above laboratory setup, new or used inexpensively, from several reputable supply houses, as well as from internet sources such as eBay and LabX, with costs ranging from $75 to $150. Awesome! You must exercise caution in purchasing used equipment, as toxic residue may be present and may contaminate your products, making them unusable. If you purchase secondhand equipment, be absolutely positive how it was used and cleaned prior to sale and shipment. Distillation and creating a plant stone. Okay, so this combines what we're learning today with distillation and what we learned previously with creating a plant stone. Just as distillation can be used to produce a highly purified and physically enriched menstruum from menstruum. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out that word. Let me see like what that word means.
Menstruum.
Menstruum. A solvent. It's a solvent. A substance that dissolves a solid or holds it in suspension. Okay. Learn something new every day. Okay. Just as distillation can be used to produce a highly purified and physically enriched menstruum from red wine, it can also be used to strengthen and refine existing tinctures, create elixirs, and produce high-quality plant stones. Strengthening a tincture method 1. Place your tincture in a large flask, like one of the ones that we saw in the diagrams. Place your pure white calcined salts in the receiving flask. Okay. So, remember how we had calcified the plant matter, the salts from the herb that we're working with in this tincture, and how we were calcifying it and using the salts. So let's take the pure white calcined salts that we talked about in the other chapters and put that in the receiving flask and put your tincture in the original flask. So, okay, what are we doing here? Distill mercury over into the receiving flask. So distill it. Filter the salts with fine grade filter paper, then dry them. Grind salts to a powder and place back into the receiving flask. Return mercury to a large flask, mix the sulfur, and repeat the process 6 more times. Okay. What? What are they doing to it? Okay, so we're strengthening a tincture. So we have a tincture, and we're putting it the salts in the receiving flask, and then the tincture, and then we just like distill it over and over again, right? That's what they're telling us to do. But what's this? Filter the salts with fine grade filter paper and then dry them. Are they just like constantly... So then we're getting more salt left over after we distill, right? That's what's happening. It's like going in there, and then we have that, and then we grind that and put that back there, and we just keep doing that over and over again. I think that's what we're doing. When working with your tincture in this manner, you must be very careful not to scorch or burn your sulfur. It will thicken and turn into a syrup, often called honey in alchemical texts. But it must not be allowed to overheat, or it will be ruined. Method 2. Method 2 is identical to method 1, only the salts are not used to filter the mercury. The mercury is distilled off the sulfur 7 times, and with the final distillation is kept separate. These 2 essentials will then be added to the salt in the same manner as previously described to create a plant stone. Oh my god. Again, the way that they use this whole salts and mercury and sulfur thing, you have to really think about what they're talking about. Oh my god. Oh god, I hate this mouse with this Kindle. It moves around everywhere. Where are we now? See, it changed pictures again. Format again. It's so annoying. Anyway, let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Okay. This process sounds awful, I know. I'm really not into this, right? Like, that process right now. someone asked about, they got tickets for this barbecue thing that's happening upstate New York. And with all the corona shutdowns, is the gig still a go-ahead? What's the situation regarding refunds? That's a good question. Let me ask the person that is running the event. I'm helping him with it. Shoot, I should look into that and sort all that stuff out. I don't know. I'll let you know. You can always email me, Martina Markota, nyc@gmail.com. I will get those answers for you. I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be a go-ahead. Let's see what happens in April, where we're at. It's going to be in mid-April. I think that's when things are opening back up, and upstate New York's fine. That's kind of like a quarantine zone. If you want to quarantine yourself, just go upstate. I think we're fine. Don't go to Westchester, though. Anyway, all right, guys, it is an hour, and we've been going over this distillation stuff, and I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna have a little quick break. Don't want you guys to go anywhere. We'll continue the conversation on distillation. We have oh, wow, yeah, we're almost done. We might even get into the water distillation. But yeah, cool. All right. Just stick around, guys. Don't go anywhere. And please, please, please help me out. Go, give me a super chat or something. Please, someone. Please. Thank you. I have to e-bag online. Please. Okay, stick around. It's just a commercial. I'll be back in a few minutes.
palm slam a VHS into the slot. It is Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick. Every morning I wake up and open palm slam a VHS into the slot. It is Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick. And right then and there I start doing the moves alongside with the main character, Riddick. And right then and there I start doing the moves alongside with the main character, Riddick. I do every move and I do every move hard, making whooshing sounds when I slam down some necro bastards, or even when I mess up technique. Not many can say they escaped the galaxy's most dangerous prison. I can't.
Mila, not yet. I'm not done yet. Just a few more minutes. My niece wants to get on, but not yet. All right. Okay, so trousers. Trouser sockets is saying more boobs again and got censored by bot. Sorry about that. Yeah, Mila's dying to get on, but she'll get on in the end. Well, she'll read some super chats, give some shout outs. Let me fix my hair. I look crazy. Total way too cash today. It's so not like me, but whatever. I'm wearing my brother's old band shirt. Upstate hoodie. Anyway. Whew. Just ran up the stairs. Let's get back into it. So, guys, we're going over distillation in alchemy. This is the outer alchemy stream, so we're going over some chemistry, the outer physical chemistry laboratory work today. We get a little bit more esoteric in other streams, more of the symbolism and the inner alchemy, the spiritual aspect of everything. So let's continue, shall we? So they were giving some really weird methods of strengthening a tincture. Method 2, let's see what they say, is identical to method 1. Oh no, we already went over that. Okay, so anyway, let's do creating a plant stone with the 3 essentials. Okay. Remember what we're dealing with. So there's some people in the stream that are going to be like, what is she talking about? But again, if you go into the previous chapters, we were talking about the other processes involved and the lingo involved, and you will hear terms such as sulfur, mercury, and salt. And when you do, you have to understand that they have multiple meanings associated to it. In inner alchemy, the sulfur is also the soul or consciousness, but in the plant matter, it is the oil, the essential oil of the plant. When they talk about mercury, they are talking about the spirit or the mind in inner alchemy, or they're talking about the alcohol in the liquor, in the plant matter, in the tincture that we're dealing with. And when they talk about salt, they are talking about the physical body. In spiritual alchemy, in the inner alchemy, they're talking about structured thought. It's structure. It's solid. It's the, physical aspect. It's the alkaline salt in the plant form. So, yeah, so when they are saying that, so if the salt is white or near white, so when you calcinate the salt, so when you calcinate the plant matter and it becomes white or near white, place it in a heat resistance dish or crucible on a heat source turned low. The heat may be modulated, but under no circumstances let it burn or scorch the herb. Slowly, drop by drop, place the mercury and sulfur. So again, let's go. The mercury, so the alcohol and the sulfur and the essential oil. So yeah, the essential oil and the alcohol of the tincture, like slowly, drop by drop, place the essential oil and the alcohol into the heated salt, the burnt plant matter, until they are completely absorbed. This is called imbibition. This is what we talked about last time in creating a plant stone, or imbibing the stone with life, mercury, and soul, sulfur. You are, in essence, reincarnating the vegetable power of the plant. However, unlike your previous experiment, you are recombining all three essentials in their separate forms. Separate and combine, solve et coagula. Continue this process for as long as you like, or stop after 1 full hour, either planetary or secular. Begin again either next week or on another day, preferably Saturday, or on the planetary hour of the plant. If this is inconvenient, then begin at any hour when the work can be done. Between the phases of imbibition, keep the stone in a place away from prying eyes and, if possible, sunlight. Remember, whether it be in the womb or under the earth, many good things like to grow in the dark. When the stone will accept no more liquid, place it where you can observe the changes that may take place over the next few months. If possible, store the stone near a heat source, such as an incubator, or near a gas oven range with a running pilot light if one is available. If the stone suddenly gels... Wait. Are we in... I want to make sure we're in the right place. Yeah, we are. Okay, because I feel like we've read this before. Okay, if the stone suddenly gels, quickly pour it out of the crucible into a thimble, as it will harden and be difficult to get out of the porcelain crucible. This hardening is desirable compared with the softer, easily consumable stones that may appear. Let me stop for a second. Let me see what we are dealing with here. I'm here in case she plays Necredo or the Milk one. Okay, I'm glad you guys like those performances. I'll play you guys more of my performances later because my websites are currently down, so I may as well feature some content of mine if you guys like that stuff. It's all alchemy related. And thanks for saying I'm a good reader, because I always say that I'm a bad reader. I kind of hate reading aloud, but maybe I'm getting better at it because I do it every day. Okay, so creating an elixir. Alchemy Stream, hello. Oh, God. What is it doing? I wasn't even touching it. Okay, Alchemy Stream, creating an elixir. Here we are. So an elixir is a highly refined tincture or combination of tinctures in a single product. This ability to combine several spagyric products into one medicine allows for the maximum strength of their qualities. Love it. Here are several possible combinations based on Kabbalistic and astrological affinities. A careful study of the plants and their attributes will reveal additional areas of influence. So, the moon. Tinctures or elixirs from lunar plants are beneficial to working with the subconscious. hypnotism, etheric energies, lucid dreaming, astral projection, strengthening of the aura, and the neutralizing of negative karma through action on the psychic level of Yasad, eliminating the possibility of their physical manifestation. Mercury, tinctures or elixirs made from mercurial plants enhance the mind and communication on all levels between people and within us. Alchemical and Kabbalistic work benefits, as does all magical work involving ritual and the creation of forms and patterns, along with chanting, singing, writing, and strengthening the impact of our thoughts on the astral realm. Mercury offers initiation into the inner temple. The inner temple. You know what that means. Hold on, I need to take a sip. Dry mouth. Let's see where you guys are at real quick, too. Where are we? Venus. Tinctures or elixirs made from plants ruled by Venus are beneficial to our social interaction with others and cultural, artistic, and sexual refinement. Harmonizing of inner energies, including the 7 major psychic centers, is done through... Harmonizing of inner energies, including the 7 major psychic centers, is done through Venus and a direct inner contact with nature's hidden powers, particularly in plants, can be experienced. Sun, tinctures and elixirs made from solar plants strengthen our senses of self, assist us in understanding our relationship to others in the cosmic scheme of things, and bring self-confidence to the point of pride even, so that we can undertake the great work. Solar tinctures enhance an awakening of the inner alchemist, or knowledge and conversation with one's holy guardian angel. So again, there you go to people that question the work of alchemy. This is what it's always about. Let's see what that is. Oh, thank you. Tim, that's a new one? I don't think I've seen Tim before. Thanks so much. I really, really appreciate that. It really means a lot. I gave $20. Didn't say anything, but you know, it's all good. We'll have Mila read the super chats later. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is what the work of alchemy is. Excuse me, I was drinking seltzer. It's bubbly. This is what the work of the alchemist is about. Enhance the awakening of the inner alchemist, or knowledge and conversation with one's holy guardian angel. Mars. So as they go through these, you'll notice these are all the 7 days of the week. So there should be 7 of them: Moon, Mercury, Lunar, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Yeah, so, hey, cats, stop. No. Sorry about that. Okay, where are we? Yeah, so you'll notice there's 7 of them. These are for the 7 days. So when they say take the ruling planet of the herb or whatever, so that's what they're talking about. You pick the planetary hour and the planetary day and the planetary herb for whatever it is that you're trying to work with. So that's what they're trying to do here. So let's go back to it. So Mars. So tinctures and elixirs of plants ruled by Mars strengthen the physical and psychic bodies, particularly on the level of reflex and instinct. Sexual and survival drives are enhanced, blood purified, and muscle tone increased. Mars also enhances the projection of psychic power. Jupiter. Tinctures and elixirs of plants ruled by Jupiter are beneficial to general health and well-being. They provide insight into religion, law, philosophy, wealth, rituals, and ceremonies of all kinds. Jupiter bestows divine Mercury and compassion, and provides for an awakening of the divine name of the Tetragrammaton. Saturn. Tinctures and elixirs of plants ruled by Saturn strengthen structures, the bones, teeth, and material supports. They provide patience as well as an understanding of the concepts of time and eternity in relation to our spiritual path. The law of cause and effect is understood through Saturn, and power to bring about manifestation in the material world is enhanced. If we take the above information and use basic occult principles, we can quickly determine the effects of the following combinations. Sun and Mars enhances strength and ego. Sun and Jupiter opens the highest pathways of cosmic realization. Sun and Saturn reveals the... Oh my god, this cat. Hold on a second. Oh my god. Annoying ass cat. Man. Okay. Where am I? Anyway, let me just double check on you guys. What am I talking about? I'm here for alchemy and stones. We're talking about distillation. If I donate, will you play Negretto? Yeah, sure. I'll play you my... Do you want, like, the full Negretto performance? Because I have that. I can play the full Negretto performance. The thing is, it depends on how much you're paying me. There's the full, like, 8-minute long performance, and it's amazing, and I recommend it. Or there's the, like, 1-minute one that was in the commercial. So, up to you. Send me a super chat and let me know which one you want. You want to play solitaire next stream? Okay. Okay. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you want. Just send me super chat about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep reading alchemy until then. Sun and Saturn reveals the destiny of self, both spiritually and earthly. Sun and Mercury gives insight into magic and alchemy and provides personal illumination. Ooh, Sun and Mercury. Moon and Saturn gives profound psychic sensitivity to material life and psychic forces of karma. You'll notice anything with moon is kind of like that. Anything, I mean, I like the moon in particular because the moon is my, like, ruling planet. The lunar bodies. Okay, here we go. Chase gave $10. He said, I fully support the Lady Alchemy calendar idea.
The Lady Alchemy calendar idea.
Okay. I'll consider it. I have lots of content, and there's lots more I could make with my own equipment, so I will consider it. I just didn't think anyone uses actual calendars anymore other than me. So, I don't know what we're trying to do here, but I'm all about making cool content. It just depends on what kind of form. Chase did this because he wants you to play the video. Well, when someone sends me a super chat and says, this is for the video, I'll play the video. I don't know where you guys came from, but you are nice and you're liking my artwork, so I do appreciate it. I will play it, but I'm going to wait and see if someone wants to contribute for it. Okay, so where am I? So key points, let's just, like, whatever, you guys aren't even paying attention, but the key points is that distillation is used to separate liquids and purify them. Alcohol distilled from red wine is the preferred source of alcohol for spagyric tinctures. Distillation can be done either with simple rubber tubing and several flasks or with laboratory glassware. Distillation allows for a product to become rarefied in its subtle energies through the principle of solve et coagula, separate and combine. Tinctures can be distilled to separate the mercury from the sulfur. The separated mercury and sulfur can be used to create stronger tinctures or a plant stone. Distillation can be used to create combinations of tinctures known as elixirs. By combining tinctures together, their subtle planetary or astral influences can be mixed in a harmonious manner. Oh my God, why is that happening? Okay, sorry, I'll get off Facebook. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Specific elixirs are recommended for, specific elixirs are recommended for aspiring alchemists to assist them in accessing higher knowledge, decreasing the influence of negative karmic traces, and gaining greater mastery over their inner work. General assignment for chapter 4, because we have assignments on this. If you guys are interested, it's good to hear what the assignments are. Anyway, sometimes they're beneficial, like some of the meditative practices. But it says distill 6 ounces of alcohol from red wine and create a tincture with it. That would be so cool. I want to do that on stream. Distill a tincture that you have made. Compare its effects after 4 distillations to those of the initial product. Compare the effects again after several distillations. Make a plant stone or an elixir from the list of possible combinations. That sounds like so much fun. Alchemy IRL. Oh my God. Okay, Chase gave $5. He says, add this to the last donation for the Negretto cause. Okay. I guess I'm worth $5 for Negretto performance. Okay, unless Tim or anyone. No, Tim gave 20. Okay, wait. Oh, wait, Tim. Oh, Tim did give $20. No, that's a different Tim. No, that's Trouser. Okay, Tim gave $20. But Trouser. Okay, 15 total. Okay, fine, Chase. Fine, Chase. All right. Let me just finish up these last points, and we're done with this distillation chapter. We're gonna do water distillation next time, so don't worry. Let me just finish this off, and we will just chit chat and go over Negretto and stuff. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, meditation practices for chapter 4, distillation process and nature. After preparing yourself for meditation, continue with the following. Imagine that you are sitting in a cave in a warm climate and that it starts to rain. Visualize that you are among the clouds with their vapors and lightning flashes. Feel the vapor condense and raindrops form. Feel the electricity in the air permeate the clouds and feel rain as it forms and begins to fall. Feel the energized rain hit the earth and descend into the earth, giving its energy to the plants and other organisms. Imagine now that the sun is shining. Feel the heat of the sun dry the earth, even penetrate it. Oh, that's true. I do feel the sun penetrate, drawing out the water that it had seeped down into the soil. Feel the water warm and turn into vapor and mist of fog covering the early morning grass. Imagine the heat increase with the onset of day. Imagine the vapor rise and return to the clouds and mingle with them. Wow, that's such a beautiful meditation. I kind of love that meditation. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's kind of beautiful. Hold on 1 second. Okay, you guys are being really creepy now with the Negretto video. Now I don't know if I want to play it. It's getting a little bit weird. Where am I? What am I doing? How did this skip so much? Okay. That was a beautiful meditation. Meditation on Elixir. Form a strong emotional concept of what you seek to accomplish by creating an elixir. Identify the qualities that the plant or plants bring to the realization of that goal. Visualize yourself already having the qualities desired or already achieving the goal. Notice your emotional reaction to it. Is it overwhelmingly positive? Is there a hint of fear or trepidation? What does success mean? Imagine yourself in the retort, the vaporization of the liquid, or the Imagine yourself in the retort. The vaporization or the liquid becomes the subtle etherealization of your inner energies. Feel the energies free themselves from the attraction to matter and become strong, vibrant, and emotionally charged. As they descend back into the dark liquid of the tincture, feel the tincture become more vibrant and light, ready to release its energies. Continue with this meditation for several minutes. Record your results when you're finished. So wait, what exactly are they saying? So creating this like elixir, and you're trying to like identify the qualities of the plant that you're using and like visualize this goal and how it feels to like accomplish that goal. Like, is it positive? Is it like, do you have like any sort of trepidation? Like, what does it mean for success? Imagine yourself as a retort. I forgot what they said about the retort, exactly what that is. The vaporization or the liquid becomes, so like the vaporizing, and so it's like your soul vaporizing and like becoming emotionally, that's what the retort is, and then becoming emotionally charged, because like the alchemist like charges this distillation process each time. As they descend back into the darkness, into the dark liquid of the tincture, feel the tincture become more vibrant and light, ready to release its energies. Okay, got it, cool. All right, so that was the chapter 4 on distillation. Chapter 5 is water distillation, which is what I did in my apartment. And we will go over that next time. But now I am here. Why does this jump so much? I hate this Kindle on this Mac. It's so annoying. Anyway. Oh, Michael Kolchinsky chimed in last minute. Oh, he's always so nice. Oh my God, I love my good people, my good friends.
Ladies, don't get the zombie virus.
I know. I'm trying to stay away from the city. That's why it's so stressful for me, because it's like, shit, now I'm back in New York City and I'm paying New York City rent, and I have to figure out how to do that, and I have to stay away, and I'm upstate, and I'm hiding from the virus. Although I could probably go back to Brooklyn, because if I just stay in my apartment, it's fine. But yeah, thank you so much. Oh, see you, man. I love my good guys. I love you guys. My people. Okay, so now we went over that chapter. That's that. Let me switch screens real quick. Here we go. Okay. That's that. I will just go over some stuff with you guys, and then I'll play Negretto as the outro in a few minutes. I'll play Negretto. But yeah, that was interesting. Do you guys have any questions or comments or any discussions about the distillation process? A lot of the times you guys are really interesting yourselves and have some interesting things to say. Yeah. Icy Gates just stepped down. End of an era. Wait, what? What happened? I see Gates just stepped down. End of an era. And F him. Huh. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, cat, you want some love? You want to be on stream? Yeah. You want to stream with me? This is Comet. Got him in DC. Yeah, Brandon Johnson. I definitely want to try it in real life, too. Oh, kitty. I know you want to sit on me, but I crossed my legs. I know. Okay. see what else you guys are saying. From Microsoft Board. Wow, interesting. I did not know that. Yes, Comet. Comet I got in DC is named after Comet Ping Pong. Because I got accused of being a Pizzagate conspiracy theorist, which is not true. So I found him in DC and he became Comet. Yes! Comet! Oh my god. It's Friday the 13th? Oh my god, it is. Cool. Alright. How much to commission a batch of fire cider? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I don't, like, commission to do what? What do I think of Alex Jones getting arrested? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I'm not saying anything about that. It's not that serious, but it's just, you know, I've been on Alex's show, so, you know, I don't want to be rude, but, you know, Harry, I know he likes to drink, but I don't know the particular situation, that's all. But it's a serious charge if it's true, and so I take that stuff very seriously. I know people have died drinking and driving, or being passengers in a drinking driving, so, you know, it's a very serious thing. If it's true, he's definitely a drinker, but, you know, he's a nice guy. I don't know if it's true. I don't know what's happening. I know there's conspiracies about it, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Brandon. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been on Alex's show. He's a nice guy. You know, I'm not trying to like say anything. I'm very thankful, but you know, it's just I don't know. I don't know the insides. I mean, he does drink, but I don't know if he would drink and drive. And if he does, then like, you know, it's like that's terrible. I don't agree with that kind of thing. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm very serious about drinking and driving. So I don't know. Anyway. Chase has to go. Thank you so much, Chase, for being around. Love you. Oh, hey, William. Okay. Oh, he wasn't arrested. He passed the DWI test. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, there you go. There's that then. And if he was doing everything legally, then that's that. Good. And I hope so. I hope that's the case. I mean, God. I would never hope otherwise. Brandon, we have some odds. All right. I don't know. Is there anyone else? Comments? Distillation? All right. I guess not. So I'm out of here if there's no one else to say anything interesting. Tomorrow we're going to go over etiquette. So, all right, Brandon. Bye bye. Nice to see you. Tomorrow we're gonna go over etiquette as well as the following day. What's tomorrow? Saturday. So yeah, Sunday is normal, I think, etiquette stream day. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Figure out what we're talking about tomorrow for etiquette. It's always exciting. But that's all. Bye guys. Where's my outro? Okay, bye guys. See you tomorrow.